What does gilded glamour white tie mean to me? Well, gilded glamour to me means gold. I don't really generally think about dresses until I think about a person.
So exciting.
Because it really is about the person for me. I want to bring their beauty to life and their personality alive and encapsulate it together. There might be a nuance or a note, perhaps, but in general, it's really about the person. And I just really think about them and I muse about them, and I try to bring something to life through that. I mean, for me, gold has such a big, iconic factor, especially at Moschino. I mean, the iconic gold Moschino letters are such an emblem of the brand, the archive, and the heritage. There's something about gold that is inherently very Moschino and something very Italian. There's something about that's a very Italian glamour. I love that it evokes a lot of emotion. Those who know my career also know famously I had an all-gold show. The all-gold show was my 4th show, and being a new designer in Paris, an American upstart, there was a lot of anticipation, opinions. I think what they saw was not what they expected from the work that I had done before. And that show became a very divisive moment. The upper echelon establishment of fashion panned it. And the idea of the color gold at that moment, in the height of minimalism, was seen as tacky and garish. It was hideous and heinous. There was a lot of people that said I should never have a show again. And it's all kind of funny because it comes down to one color, and it was gold. When I first heard the theme, I was actually really excited because I had just completed my last Moschino show, and it was all about gilded gold. So it just seemed like very befitting. I was totally inspired by all the things you would find in an old moneyed mansion, thinking about the furniture, the flourishes, the kinds of details. So I was already working on all these gold trims and these different embroideries for how to translate what you might see in metal as the edge of a very curvy dresser from early 1900s or the late 1800s, and try to translate that into an actual dress and into clothes and all these kind of things that are around this kind of time period. So for me, it was actually like I was already in this mood, so it kind of seemed very befitting. So when I'm dressing people for the Met and thinking about not only the vision of the theme, but I have to think about their own idiosyncrasies and the things that they like and how they dress, their different body shapes and their different personalities and things that they want to show or not show, or things that they've done before or haven't done before. There's all these other elements that you put into this, which is so different than a collection. So I think about them and I want to have an idea from them if there's a mood they want to portray as well. There's always my vision of them, but there's also figuring out their own vision of themselves. With Ariana, I had been dressing her for the last year, especially more so as her run for the Oscars came closer and closer, and I just fell in love with her outspoken nature about the LGBTQ community and her role in the community as a queer person, and that really responds and resonates for me. So when we spoke about the dress, she had told me she wanted to wear something more exciting than what she's been wearing lately, and that she was kind of like, I want to go really bold and do something more wild and do something more daring, because she felt like she had maybe done a little bit more prim and proper as the Oscars were getting closer. And so she and I took that idea, and then I came up with this gown, thinking of it all as embellished to high heavens, sequins, and the gold bullion embroidery, and the cutout on the chest with a little tulle train, just to have that nod to the bustle aspect of the Gilded Age silhouette. I never want to try to like dampen someone's enthusiasm from being daring. I think that that's always exciting, and especially on a red carpet as bold and big as the Met Gala. As a celebrity, she can be a megaphone to the world about a way of dressing, a different way of dressing, a different way of looking. And so that part is really exciting. So I wanted to take her challenge and rise to the occasion and give her something daring.
The drawing, like, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's do the Met Gala 22! I'm so excited.
With this gown, I also wanted to think about the full final image of her. So of course, thought about the gloves, completely embroidered. And then I thought, how do we take the embroidery and kind of extend it and kind of shape her? And then I decided to try to do this kind of earring version of the embroidery.
Yeah.
But the idea will be that there will be these earrings that kind of reflect the same shape of all the flourishes and kind of extend the whole look, as well as on the gloves.
That's great.
All the railroads in the United States are mine!
They're mine, they're mine.
Or way up off the chimney top. That's where you... Oh, hello. There you are. Find me.
I think sometimes you're really asked to wear a design house, right? And sometimes the design house wears you. And I don't, that's never really been my approach, because I don't think I can serve a garment in that way. Like, I have to really feel myself in it and feel a part of it. And I think Jeremy, he walks the walk and talks the talk. And that is a part of his legacy.
I generally feel calm in these events, pre-show, pre-Met Gala. Obviously there's a lot of work that goes into it, and that's a lot of stress. You're balancing so many things, because beyond the Met I still have different collections I'm designing, different things that are still in motion, and then this very, very important, exciting moment that I want to get just perfect, not only for myself, but for all my guests.
I think it's time for me to put my look on, yeah? It's time.
I think when you're vibrating at that level, as a very LA way to talk about it, it just feels pure and genuine and honest and authentic. And so I can't go wrong at that point.
I don't fit the mold. So when I walked in and we had this great fitting and I saw this gown and I put it on, it was a reaffirmation of being seen for the things I have to offer, and being seen by a fellow artist, because Jeremy is a consummate artist, the definition of the word, in my opinion.